Okay, today we are going to continue work on this character, and the task is to create rigging. Rigging means we're creating some bones and skeleton for the character, and if character have skeleton, we can animate it and make some movement, change some pose for the character. And on the previous lecture, we stopped on the texturing process. Um, I have problems with exporting textures from Substance Painter. I hope you don't have these problems when you're exporting textures. Let's try it again. And for the rigging process, texturing didn't affect because we have separate files. But if you not finish your modeling part, for example, you don't model some clothes parts, or you want to change some body, um, make some adjustments for the character, do it before the rigging process because the model and the mesh really affect on the rigging process. If you apply some bones and constrain with the skins for the character, you can't change the model and geometry, because if you change something, rigging process will be some weird if you change some vertex position or something else. Your movement of the character will be some have some glitches or maybe something else. That's why you need to finish your modeling part before you make him some rigging process. If you didn't finish some texturing, it's okay. You can do it later, maybe adjust for the texture some details, but modeling should be finished properly, and um, the texturing not affect on the rigging. Modeling affect. I have problems with my texturing. Maybe today it will be export well. Let's try again. And if it's not exporting, maybe we continue do without texturing. We will do some rigging. And also, I share with you my previous year lecture, where you can find some rigging process also for in Russian. And if you want to show how it was in the previous year, you can also use this lecture. And if something went wrong today with this lecture, you can also use previous year's lecture. Here you can find some process for the character. Okay, for the texturing, let's make it again, export some textures. Only normal map and height map exported. Okay, let's continue do some rigging without textures, but I hope I can solve it on the next lecture maybe, and use some textures from our character. Okay, this is our character, and we are going to create some rigging for it. And we need to, first we need to clean up our outliner and delete all unnecessary stuff. I will save it like reserve copy, as I do every time, and name it rigging. And let's see what we have. We have some low poly models, we have some reserve copy of character, and some high close. We also can delete this. We have some previous browse variants. Now we have body UV, hair, eyes, clothes, and eyes. Okay, and we need to reorganize our outliner and prepare body for the rigging process. Uh, First, we need to understand what we have. We have body. This will be our main model. In the body, we can attach hair as a child. By pressing middle mouse button, you can drag and drop stuff in outliner, and if you drag and drop into the body, it becomes a child. For example, that's why we do this in this way, because we need to select some body. This body is not the group, and in the child we will have all of these meshes inside the body. And if we select the body, all included stuff will be selected. But it's not combined together. It will be separate models, but inside hierarchy in the body. And also we need to attach some eyes, and also we can combine eyes into one group and name it eyes. And also with the middle mouse button, we can drag and drop into the body. And clothes, we also name it like a clothes and attach into the body. If you have small pieces which is separated, you can combine them together into one mesh with pressing some combine. And also, if you use combine, please use delete type by history every time for deleting construction history from combined model. And here we can also make some combine, delete history, and delete empty groups, because these groups also have some pivots, and during the rigging process it can be some glitches. That's why we're cleaning all of this stuff and optimizing your outliner for the rigging process. And also gloves, we have we can ungroup this glove because we don't need group anymore here. We need just meshes inside a common group. And also we have this empty group. We can delete this. Okay, we just cleaned up our outliner, and now we have body itself. When we select, whole character will be selected. Next step, we are going to position our character above the grid line. We have this center. We will keep this center, but we need to move it up a little bit and make like character steps on our grid because we need to create after some animations, and also we can export this character into the Unity or Sketchfab or even Unreal, and we need character to be on the zero position. It will be easy to work with this character in this position if you export this character into the some 3D engines other. And that's why we need to change it. And also we need to scale it up because now this character, if we go to our Windows, setting preferences, open our preferences, and you see inside the settings shelf, here you can see it's like just in the centimeters. 1 unit, 1 square is it means 1 centimeter. If we calculate how many uh, units she have, 1 2 3 4 5, just almost 6 units. It's this means the character is just 6 centimeters tall, and we need to scale it up because inside of the Unity we also have um, centimeters, but if we compare with different objects inside of the Unity, our character will be very um, small, and we need to scale it up a little bit. And also we can freeze transformation for this character and clear our channel blocks and positions of the character, and we can check all details inside of the character. Their positions also should be freezed and clear. And now we can start do some rigging process. Before we continue do rigging process with the character, we need to understand why we need to create this rigging process. For example, we need to animate our character. Now we can't animate our character because our character have only one center pivot, and we can move it in this way. We can rotate it, and we don't have access for different parts of this character. We can't move down our arms, we can't move our legs. We need to select them separately and make some manipulation, but it looks weird and very difficult. That's why we need to attach some bones inside of this character, and by attaching these bones we can manipulate and affect on the different parts of the character and animate them. We can move bones, and body can move across these bones, and we can animate the bones, make some keys, and we will have animation. We can try making some rigging on the cylinder. Let's hide our body with the Ctrl H, and let's see how bonds are created and affecting on this small cylinder, and understand how it works. Let's go to the rigging shelf menu. We can change it in these settings. We can switch into the rigging. Here we have some skeleton, and we can create joints by using this tool, create joints. Uh, Commonly we use some front menu and side menu for bones creation because we need to see where do where we can attach some bonds, and in the side view we can move it directly in the side menu, and bonds can be uh, in the right position according to the center. If we create bones inside of this perspective view, it can be in the right position, and it's really difficult. That's why we can use side menu for bones creation. Okay, in the perspective, we can see our bones. We should go to the shading and press X-ray joints, and now we can see joints every time in the perspective menu, and easily select joints inside uh, this cylinder. We just created joints. Joints have some hierarchy inside of outliner, and when you clicking one joint, second joint, and other, it's collecting into the hierarchy. If you put some joints outside the hierarchy, now they don't have this constraint like bones, and it's separated and not affecting on each other. That's why we should keep the joint hierarchy well, and by using and creating this joint hierarchy, we can create this affecting and logic of this skeleton. For example, we have some root joint, its starting joint position, and between joints, and last one. And if we move them, we also can manipulate with these joints. And also, if we select them separately, we can rotate it and smash it, for example. This is a joint hierarchy, but this joint is not affecting on this cylinder. The next step is to create these connections between joints and body, and we go to the skeleton skin and find some bind skin. By using this bind skin, we can combine our bones with our character. It means we have some skin, and now it can be affected. We pressed, and now we can't move cylinder itself because it's connected to the bones. And now, if we need to move cylinder, we should move some joints. And if we start to manipulate with these joints, here you can see something weird. Why we put a lot of topology inside of our elbow and knees? Because we need to uh, how it calls, move it. And if now you can see this cylinder don't have any topology here, and that's why we can't move this cylinder properly. That's why we should unbind the skin and add some divisions inside of this um, bands. Okay, let's unbind the skin, delete history from the cylinder, and we should add some more divisions inside of this cylinder. We should cut, we should add more cuts where we have some bones bends. And if we have more geometry here, it will bend smoothly. If we have less geometry here, it will bend not smoothly as you want. That's why on the knees we have a lot of topology instead of some hard stuff, not bending. We should select all joints in the hierarchy and select the cylinder with the shift selection and go to the skin, bind skin. Now we can affect in the cylinder and bend them. it's like a knee for our character. Now we can see it's move and squish, and we can make some animation for this. How we create animation? We should keep positions in the timeline of the joint. For example, we can press S on the keyboard and save the position of the joint in this timeline. And during 10 seconds, not seconds, 10 frames, we can move this little bit. And if you, after keyframe is toggled on, the changing can draw automatically on the timeline. And now we can see animation. If you want to create some slow animation, you can apply more frames between the changing position. This is the animation process, and this is our purpose of creation of good rigging for the character, because we need to create some good animation for it. And now we can see how it works. Okay, we can delete this case from the timeline and go to the bind position. In the skin, we can go to the bind pose, and our character will be in the T pose in our original position. And now, if you want to change and make some adjustments for the skeleton, for example, if you see some bending is not good and not properly assigned, the third step of rigging process is paint skin weight. Uh, we should press shift and the right mouse button. Oh, sorry, not shift and right. We can select cylinder and press right mouse button. Here we can have access to the paint skin weight tool. It means we can open some tool settings for this skin weight, and here we can see how strong every joint affect on the geometry. If you see this white color, it means this joint affect on this area of vertices is very strong. And now you can see this joint effect is a little less, and this joint also have more affecting on this area, and you can change it by drawing this skin weight. Also, we can press some shift on, and with the shift you can smooth this band inside of the paint skin weight. Paint skin weight is better to draw into the perspective view. Now you can fix and adjust how uh, how smooth and how strong this joint will affect on your mesh, and uh, change some weight of the skin. Okay, and if you finish, you also can go to the bind pose and put your character in bind position. And now, if you see, this bending becomes some more smooth and adjusted instead of previous variant. And also, we will do the same things with our character. First, we create some bones. Second, we will create some skin. And the third one, we will paint some weight and adjust the skinning process properly to your character. Okay, let's delete this cylinder and go back for our body. Let's save our model. And let's create some skeleton for the character. We can create joints manually, like I do for the cylinder. We can create, for example, some legs, adjust some bones here, but it's very difficult. We have some plugins in Maya which can help us to create rigging almost automatically. We have preset that creates a human body skeleton by pressing one button. We can go to the Human IK menu. It's this icon, or you can go to the skeleton and open Human IK. By pressing this Human IK, the Windows Human IK will appear. First, we should create the skeleton. We can press this button and automatical skeleton for the human body will appear. And next step, we should adjust our body for the skeleton. We can scale this body to the skeleton default, or we can change the scale of the skeleton in the menu. For example, there are two ways you can choose you want. I want to scale my character for this default skeleton. And let's adjust. Not so full precise, but almost. You should check position of the leg, position of the pelvis, and position of your shoulders. Uh, if it almost precise, is just okay. We can change the skeleton manually and move these bones directly in this joints hierarchy. Now you can see in the automatic skeleton we have some hips. Hips is our root. Every time post in this position. This is our origin for the character. And from this origin, we can create some legs. Here you can see these legs, and also you can see the second leg is positioned on the right side, and you can see these constraints from the one bone. We have in these hips three hierarchy, and by using this tree of the hierarchy, you can draw your skeleton and direction of these bones. And in the spine, you can see how many joints we have. In the spine help us to bend our spine and move our back and make some movement of the body. And also in the spine we have hierarchy inside. In, from the chest we have also distribution of these joints and for the shoulders and for the neck. And if we move some shoulders, we can move our arms, and if we move our neck, we can move our head. Okay, we have this interesting skeleton. In the arms, we have joints um, for each fingers, and also we should adjust it to our character. Okay, let's start this adjustment. And also inside of the skeleton we have some settings. We can change how many joints will be on the neck, how many joints we have on the bones. Also, we can change how many fingers we have. We can also create some six fingers arm, or we can use some maybe only two fingers, and we can set up it directly uh, in the settings. We can create the finger based, and or we can use constraint like this. We also can enhance bones or something else. Even we can create some fingers for our foot, but we don't have to create some settings inside of the foot, because we have almost everyone can have some boots or clothes, and that's why we just need to use this simple rigging for the legs. We don't need adjust some toy bones and set some skinning to it. We just need to optimize and do um, much optimization to increase our work on the rigging process. Because we don't have a lot of time to set up our character in the professional way, because the rigging setup is like a special measure and special discipline for understanding all of these principles and all of the settings of the rigging. Rigging process is very difficult, and if you want to create character in a professional way, you should understand how bones were created, how can be some controllers, and also you can even make some code for automatical setup of the character, and also you should program some weight for the character, and instead of paint skin weight, and there is a lot of manipulations to create professional rigging, especially for creating some facial rigging. There are a lot of materials you need to learn for professional character setup. On our lectures, we don't have a lot of time for this process. That's why we will use some quick steps and basic setup for our character. This is really basic setup, and we understand now the settings of the skeleton. This also plugin was appear maybe for the 4 years or not not so far. Before this plugin will appear, we were created these bones by hands and apply and create this skeleton by drawing these bones by the hand. Okay, let's continue, make some adjustments. We need to fit our skeleton for the character. Now it's almost precise, but some stuff is not in right positions. We should go to the side view and precise our character. Let's start from the hips. We can move it a little bit far from the character, and not so far, I think. We should put bones inside of the body. Let's try to adjust it in the proper way and the proper position. Where our character have knee, we need to make some bones, because we model our character in the different way. That's why we should adjust our default skeleton to your character. And here also we can move it inside of the body, in the middle of the body. and we can move it, and we can check positions every time in the different perspective. Maybe we should move it like this. Where we have spine, we will have spine. And this also should be uh, moved in the proper position. For the neck, I choose two bones uh, for better adjustment. And for the head, we can put inside of the middle of our head. And also we can move it a little bit. Okay, and what else? We need to change position of our uh, arms. Let's bring it up a little bit. And here we'll have some shoulder. Here we will have some arms. Let's put inside of our body where we have some elbow. I think I forgot the name. And next we need to change also position in this view. Try to put in the middle of your character. And here will be our arms. And we can adjust the fingers. We can rotate also our joints. And just put inside of any mesh you have. And also try to put where you have some divisions. If you have a lot of divisions inside of this, it means it should be bent, and you can also draw your bones inside of bended mesh. Here we have some arms adjustment. And also be careful and look in the different perspective and put in the direct position inside of our body. It should be inside. When you're done with one side, you can mirror this adjustment to the left side. Here we have some icon for the mirror left to right or right to left. And this adjustment automatically on the different position on the other side. And now we have a precise skeleton uh, for our character. And now we need to attach this skeleton for the character with the skinning. We should select join hierarchy here by pressing right mouse button inside of the hips. We can select hierarchy. This select hierarchy means we selecting all of these joints inside of our outliner. And also with the shift select, we should select our body. And let's save this before the skinning process, because sometimes on the skinning process we have some errors in Maya. It can be crashed, and if you don't want to lose your progress, save every time before some binding or baking textures. In the bind skin, we have options. If you look through these options, we have bind method. Previously, we use default settings with the closest distance, but we have also closest hierarchy. We have some heat map. We have some geodesic voxels. You can try and experiment with other methods, but I'm using some default settings for the closest distance. And also we have some weight distributions. We can select distance, or we can select neighbors. We can normalize weight interactive, or maybe post. Post, it means you can draw your weight by yourself. It's very difficult, that's why you should choose interactive. And skinning method есть еще weight blended, classic liner и dual quaternion. And also we can use some default settings, apply and close. Let's apply some skinning for this character, and now we can try to move our bones and see how this character will affect. Now we can use our hands. Now we can put it down, and here you can find some weird stuff with the clothes. It will fix on the paint skin weight process, and also we have some effect on our head. And here you can see our face smashes when we move the neck. It also fixed on the paint skin weight when we draw some weight and tell do not squish our head. And also we can try and manipulate with this character, play with these bones, see how it was, how it's done, what you want to fix. Here you can see if you move leg, other leg also affected because of this skin weight process. This skin weight process is automatically. For example, Maya understand where the bones and where we have some geometry, and collect this geometry around these bones. And these skinning settings also tell how should weight and skin distributed between the bones. And if you choose some different settings, this skin and character movement will be different. But the default settings is also quite well and easy fixable during paint skin weight process. But now we can do some manipulation with this character and make some pose for the character. For example, if you the next step for your submission will be create some rigging, and the task is to apply your character into the pose. For example, our standard pose is bind pose is T pose, and if you finish with the rigging, make some paint skin weight, you should pose your character in the maybe with into some pose. And also, if we go to bind pose, now you understand why we should model your character in these positions. Because if our arms will be really close to the body and we apply some skeleton on it and made some automatic bind skin, uh, if we move our arm, uh, the whole body will be moved together with this arm. That's why every time during the modeling process, character should be modeled in the T pose or A pose for the arms. And also for the legs, we have this effect, but it's easy to fix in the paint skin weight process. Okay, we've done with the bones, we've done with the character skin. We will use some bind skin with the default settings. And if you, for example, done with the skin, but it's really awful, or your movement of the character, for example, if you move one leg, other leg moves directly with this character, you can try another binding. For example, I can unbind skin, delete history, and create again with the different settings, and you will understand how the settings affect on the skinning process. We can select hierarchy of our joints and go to the bind skin. Let's use some different method. Let's use some geodesic voxels and apply and close. And let's try this character with the geodesic voxel skinning method. And also we can again do some stuff. Now you can see there is a different movement, and I think it's even better, like a classical way, automatic. It moves more correctly. You should choose that method um, that will help you to paint skin weight less. For example, the more character moves naturally, the easiest paint skin weight will be for you, because this paint skin weight it's really hard to understand, to apply. Sometimes it even broke some skinning process. We will do on the next lecture this paint skin weight, and you understand how it's difficult. That's why you should try to select the better skinning process for your character. For example, these geodesic voxels, I think, works better instead of the classical settings, because when I move my leg, other leg will not affect it. But previously, when we move, this leg also moves together. Some of these faces move together. And when you done the skinning process, check every bone how it moves. Check in the way how you will animate this character. For example, if you will animate your arms, check every finger, check how it was. Something we can fix on the paint skin weight, something you can change during the skinning process. For example, by choosing different method for the skinning. I'm moving in the basic way. For example, something like this. And we can also animate our character in this way. And this geodesic voxels, I think, better for my character setup. Let's move every bone and understand the movement and check how it was, how much work we need to do during the paint skin wait. We need to fix some claws, but other stuff is pretty good. Something like this. We need to fix our head, but it's quite well. For this step is pretty good. Go to the bind pose and save this rigging setup. The next step will be create some controllers for our character. We can do it after paint skin wait, or we can do it now. If our character have some controllers, it's easy to animate. Let's save other copy of this with the controllers. Controllers will be automatically the same as we create for the character. Uh, the same as skeleton, it will be automatically. We should select our character reference and we can create some control rig. It will be done automatically. And now you can see here we have some controllers. By using this controller, you can easily animate your character. You can select, for example, your arms and move it. Controllers also create some human IK. IK, it's like skeleton connection, create IK handle. For example, you want to move your leg up. If you move your leg up, our knee is bending. For example, if you want to move it automatically, for example, if you move this controller, this IK handle also bends the knees. For example, if we move our pelvis, our knees is bending. This IK handle help you animate. For example, this is a character setup with the controllers and IK handles. For example, if you move your leg up, this knee is bending in the correct way. This IK handle create the constraint between two joints, and this is a direct vector of movement. For example, if you want to bend the knee in this way, this IK handle create the controller and move this joint inside through this IK handle. The knee is not bending in the different position because of this IK handle and its direction. It helps you to save a lot of time during animation. For example, you don't need to select every joint and move in correct position. And these IK handles and character controls help you to manipulate with your character and animate it well. You can use some character constraint and controllers and just move them into position and the character will affect in the correct way. This character controllers also the part of rigging creation and also can help you to work with your character. For example, move the body and the arms in proper way, and also can squish all of these closest joints into correct positions. For example, if we bend character without controllers, without IK handles, it will bend some without the smooth uh, bending. Okay, this character control rig help you to animate and work with your character. But before creating these controllers, we should change the paint skin weight and set your character well. And also you can delete these controllers for the character and work with the paint skin weight method. We will do paint skin weight on the next lesson. Okay, let's talk about our rigging more. For example, we have this basic setup for the character. This is a very few settings, and this is a minimal minimal requirements for the animation, for example. It's just very less settings on this character. The professional rigging, especially face rigging, we can look in the internet, face rigging, and now you will understand how difficult they can be. For example, here we have a lot of controllers for every bones and every muscles on our face. And we have a lot of muscles inside of our face, and we need to create some bones on them. And facial rigging is very interesting but very difficult uh, for creation, because we have here to create some skin clusters, and also we need to create some blend shapes for character setup. And here you can see how these bones uh, works into the face. For example, from the head bone, we can create the facial rigging inside of all of these muscles and move this character. It's need to create a lot of facial expression, and if you move them, you can create good face rigging. For the face rigging, there are different ways of creation. For example, using some joints, like we see previously, uh, or the next is using some blend shapes. For example, character face rigging blend shape. Blend shapes means you create different heads with the expressions. For example, you draw, you model all of these expressions and done a lot of copy. And blend shapes in Maya help you to switch between these expressions and blend them together. And if you use blend shapes, you can use some controllers, and if you want to smile, you will use some smile controller, and your character will smile. And these blend shapes, it's really difficult to create because you need to model these expressions and model every expression here, and you need to adjust this a lot of settings to create controllers for the manipulation with these blend shapes. For example, we can see here how it done in Maya. That's why we are not going to create the face rigging, because it's really hard, and we don't model inside our mouse. Our face is not correct created for the rigging. This is also rigging setup done manually, and these controllers is a little bit different from our preset, but it's also have the same uh, style. Here is how to create some blend shapes. You should model from the character some face expressions. And also this blend shapes is useful for animation and rendering from the Maya. For example, for the 3D 3D cartoon movies, you can create this blend shape, but inside of games, you should create some bones because we can't uh, export these blend shapes into the Unity or Unreal. This is useful only for using this character inside of the Maya. And not these blend shapes animation is not exporting to other programs. That's why this method is commonly old, I think, and now it's less useful uh, for character setup because most of character exported into the Unity for the games or maybe rendering in the Unity, and that's why this blend shape method is go to the back. For example, this was 4 years ago, this tutorial, and now it's used character rigging joins. And by using these joins, you can export this character into the Unity or into the Unreal. It will work well. Here is, instead of using the blend shape, here is a lot of joins. With the help of them, you can move the part of the face in correct position. And also, there are interesting settings. There is a lot of bones, and there is a lot of controllers also to manipulate uh, with the facial expression. And these controllers setup will help you to quick select of groups of joints and make some animation. But in the origin, we have some joints and we have some skin for the face. Uh, we will not do the facial rigging during our classes. We've done just rigging and work with the body only and animate the character without face. And also we can see the ready character. I can open my previous work. Here I have some character and here you can see some few face rigging for it, and if you will move some joints, you can make little expressions and also animate some ears for this character. Make some animation and speech for this character also can move like this. By using this facial rigging, you can adjust any emotions for the character, change, for animate some speech, for example. The character will talk. I think this is not finished copy, but you can see how it's done. The very difficult process is paint skin weight for the clothes. I think I have uh, another copy of this character. Okay, here you can find some uh, character, and you can move this character. But here is not a common human setup. I use the default skeleton, but with some adjustments. And I'm not using the character control rig because this setup is not basic. If you have some humanoid character, but with 4 fingers or with different proportions, you can use just bones for your rigging and set up your character and animate bones directly. And here should be fixed with this paint skin weight. Okay, let's go back to our character. Switch on controllers, and now we can also pose our character in proper way. Here you can see this outliner more clear. I've done it before the rigging, and here we can see our clothes is also uh, looks well instead of the previous character because we've done this body hierarchy and the clothes inside of this body. That's why the skinning process applied well on your clothes. If you not do this, for example, settings for your character will move different with your clothes, and you should apply some skinning to your clothes and do it manually, doing a lot of paint skin weight. That's why if you have some clothes for the character, especially if your clothes is really skinny for your character, and if you want to uh, for example, if you move some leg, your body can intersect with your clothes. And this method I do now is better instead of I've done previously for this cat rigging. And in previously in the cat rigging, I'm not using some clear outliner and body group for them with the clothes, and that's why the skinning process done by the hand, and these glitches was appear, and that's why if you use more uh, for example, use this hierarchy for your skinning, it will be much better and good looking in the skinning process. And also, I've done with the geodesic voxels method, and this method for my character works better instead of the default method because of this for example, settings. But here we also have some not perfect movement of elbow. We should fix it, but we will fix it on the next lecture. Because this paint skin weight is really, we should do it very carefully, and it spent a lot of time on painting all of these bounces and changing some stuff. Here we can animate your character and do some stuff. And now you can see these controllers help you to manipulate these bones and animate the character, and this IK handle help you to also move in correct way of your arms and legs. This IK handles is also have some settings and properties which can be animated. For example, we have some pull, uh, and also if you want to go to bind pose with the controllers, it's not work. You should you shouldn't do this because these automatic controllers can be weird. We should use go to bind pose in uh, character control rig. Here is a proper way to go back in our original position of the character, not using this go to bind pose. If you don't have any controller reference, you can use go to bind pose. But if you have controller rig, you should use these icons to go back. And now we can change some settings for it. I think we've done for today. On the next lecture, we will paint skin weight for this character and change settings for them. You can also create or hide your control rig. Okay, let's save this. Do you have any questions now? You mean? Yeah, yes. You mean in the settings of the bind skin in the outliner? Um, of joint creation or Mhm. Yes, I am not combining the body with the cloth. Cloth is different object, but this cloth also have some parts. Uh, the small parts should be combined into the big one. It's better for the skiing process. For example, boots will not move separately. That's why you should combine them. This suit is also a different part. For example, we can hide it. And here we have some skin. But when this close inside of the body hierarchy, the skinning process can be done more smoothly because how it goes, it's like one object. I think Maya understand how to make some skin process automatically. For example, we can maybe we can create some different. Uh, let's try to unbind skin and make this close out from our body. And let's do this reference. Here we have some joints. We can select joint hierarchy and let's select separately the clothes and body and create the bind skin. Let's reset settings and apply. Here you can see these intersections maybe. Um, Sometimes our body intersects with character. And also let's unbind. And let's do again, select hierarchy and select only body and do some bind skin. And let's select again our select hierarchy, select our clothes and go and bind skin. I think now it will be have more intersections, but it's also work. But sometimes uh, it's much worse than done with this character. Maybe because inside of our body we have, for example, let's shading X-ray, we have enough space between them. For example, this suit not so skinny, they have emptiness here, and that's why, for example, when we move move it, it not intersect much. For example, here we have some space and body not go up through the clothes. But in the different characters, I have this problem, and a lot of time was spent on the paint skin weight to avoid these intersections. But now for this character, you can also do it separately. For example, make some bind skin for the body, make some bind skin for the clothes, for the hair also. But your eyes should be separated, especially eyeballs. On the next lesson, we will make some rigging for the eyes. For example, now this eyes is meshed and the position of the eyes also moved different. And also we can create some rigging for the eyes better. Okay, I will not save this.